I want to have a quick chat to you about some of the conversations with TMAP students just after the summit. And it made me really think. Most TMAP students are parents, got kids, obviously except our young'uns, and they're trying to do everything like that. So this mum was telling me that her older kids, they're going to move out, they're going to get their own place, and she was thinking that she should help them out, pay the bond, and kind of furnish the property. This is really interesting, guys, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. But the reality is, parents want to help their kids. They want to give their children what they never had. And there's a deep desire to do that. My 2 cents on it was, don't rob your children of the experiences that they get to have, when they struggle with their finances. They're cool stories. And I started to just, relate back to her, what it was like for me. Me and my older brother, I was 15, he was 19, and we moved out. We told the old man, we're going to get our own place. We moved out, we got our own place. Bro, we didn't have nothing. But it's cool stories, it's cool experiences. First of all, you learn, being young guys, we went out and we bought a nice stereo, but we had no fridge, right? You just learn stuff. The things like, we've got to buy cutlery, we've got to buy all these things to be able to have a house, and we didn't have. So, there's been times where you look back upon those memories fondly, right? You look back at them with a smile and you're happy about those memories. So sometimes when we have the desire to protect our children, and this is the equation, right? Do you protect your children or do you prepare your children? So protect is, I'll give them everything they need. That way they don't have to go without. That way I can manage the adversity out of their lives. But I'm here to tell you, adversity, struggle, it builds character, guys. It builds character. Don't rob your children of that. Do not rob your children of that opportunity. The chance for them to be able to build character through challenging situations and circumstances in their life. When they have nothing and they get very little money and they've got to, scrimp and save, that's where they build an appreciation for everything you've always given them. Because they're like, oh, damn, man, have you seen the price of toothpaste? You think they cared how much toothpaste cost when they lived with you? They didn't even know toothpaste cost money, right? But they move out, they're on their own, and they struggle financially. That's a very good process for children and our own children to go through, to experience what it costs to actually live, how much things cost. And it's character building, and it builds, future stories. Like we retell those stories later on in our life over and over again. Oh, hey, babe, do you remember when we went through this? Couples go through it too. They struggle financially at the start. They don't like it. They want to be, they look at their parents and they think, why can't we have our life set like them? Because that's not how the universe works. The universe is, when you're young, you're broke. You don't have money. You don't get paid much. But that changes. So just a caution to all the parents out there. If you've got kids that are leaving home and you're a bit overzealous and helping them, don't rob them of the experience to endure difficult and hard things financially while they're young, to prepare them for the time, when they'll have their own family, when they'll have, they have to make good decisions because their family has to wear all of their decisions financially. So give them an opportunity to experience struggle and hardship and adversity. Builds character, they'll talk to you different, they'll act different, they'll be more thankful, they'll have a spirit of gratitude. Much love, whānau. Peace out. Eat out.